It didn't take much to straighten this out. It was just bent a little bit over here on the inside of the plates, so it moves freely now. Um, if it has a hole, not only to include the plates, but all the other parts, you take a toothpick or a dowel and clean it out. I don't know how many times I worked on a clock and then there was gunk inside of this minute arbor, especially the rack. If you want your rack to fall freely, make sure that you clean this out. So we need to put the little wheel here on, the minute snail, the rack, and this lever right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the washers and stuff on to keep this stuff in place while I do other things. Magnetic screwdrivers help out quite a bit. These E-clips can be fun to put on sometimes. And I just want to do a function test. It dropped. I'm going to go to the half hour. I got to put weight on it when I'm doing these function tests. It's not doing the function test. And if you watch my other videos, let me get a part and I'll be right back. This is called the lift lock lever. It's easier to explain on this. This part that is inside is also called the lift lock lever. This piece right here. If you watch my other videos, if your cuckoo clock doesn't chime on the the half hour, or if it continues to chime on the hour, or if it doesn't chime at all, that's because the space between this lever and the space between this lever is not where it needs to be. So I have to adjust that lift lock lever on that clock to get it to function, because as I am turning the minute arbor, the lift lock lever lifted, but it did not lift enough to activate the rack stop lever on the hour or on the half hour. On the half hour, it's supposed to go just one notch. But I have to adjust this lift lock lever so it lifts the rack stop lever. And I'll do that, and then we'll come back to the next video. I also have to clean up the chains. I cleaned up the chains, but there's a bunch of discrepancies with one of these chains where somebody forced this clock to operate. Here you can see there's a bunch of open links. I can feel them in my hand. There's a bunch of open links. So I'm going to have to close every one of those links. Probably the same thing on the other chain. So I can normally feel them in my hand. That chain feels pretty good, but I'm going to go through it anyway to make sure that it's properly fixed. But I'm going to go ahead and adjust the lift lock lever here and fix the chain, and then the last thing that we got to do to the movement is put the birch and crutch assembly on, and that's why we scratch that little mark. So when I'm ready for that point, I'll come back to the video. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.